This building opened with a great fanfare, 18 November 1899.
An enduring landmark in the centre of one of the world's most modern cities.
It's beautiful.
For those lucky enough to stay here, it's the epitome of elegance and service from a bygone era.
It's my second home, and everybody here is my second family.
It's 1, 2, 3.
For the rest of us, it's a national time capsule.
So this is 120 years old.
Exactly.
There's nowhere else quite like it.
But the peace and tranquility of this timeless monument is about to be shattered. Raffles is undergoing an 18-month makeover.
Wow!
Careful the ceiling. Down, down, down.
To transform a 19th century masterpiece into a 21st century wonder.
This have to go.
So give me a room far away from all the...
Of course.
This is an intimate portrait of a cherished institution in the middle of an extraordinary restoration.
I have guests staying there next door.
Raffles, remaking an icon. It is June 2017.
Good morning, welcome to Raffles. How are you today? Good?
But they mark the time differently in grand hotels like Raffles. The time it takes to check in a guest.
Hi, konnichiwa.
The time it takes to make a famous Singapore sling. The time it takes to change the flowers. The time it takes to clean a suite. 5-star hotels are run to a precise schedule. The schedule for Raffles in the next 18 months is daunting. The complete restoration of every part of this 130-year-old hotel. The restoration will happen in 3 phases. Phase 1 is already underway. Hoarding covers large part of the Raffles arcade. In July 2017, Phase 2 will begin. The hotel will close 70 of its 103 suites and shutter the main building for a massive overhaul. A process that will see its famed lobby reduced to rubble. 4 months later, in December 2017, Raffles will shut down completely, the first time in nearly 30 years. A refreshed and renewed hotel is scheduled for a grand reopening in late 2018. In the meantime, its staff will need to maintain the hotel's renowned commitment to service. Guests will arrive, grand parties will be planned. It's business as usual in the middle of a building site.
Madam Show, how's the ranch?
Oh, no, it's okay.
It's just starting.
The Raffles standard extends far beyond the lobby doors.
Mrs. Frika.
This is Madame Chouf, returning from her daily walk. The staff are quite used to her habits by now. This is her 57th stay at Raffles.
I've already ordered a couple, ma'am.
I come here 4 times a year. It's my second home, and everybody here is my second family.
Which is why there is a chair permanently reserved for Madame Chouf in the lobby. The regulars are used to a certain amount of pampering. But new arrivals expect to be looked after just as well.
Welcome to the arrivals meeting.
Thank you very much.
Today is Sunday. That means tomorrow's Monday. 207 Robert Aldred. Confirmed dinner at RG On the 11th of August at 8 p.m. Start chilling tea with cold milk at the side. Ensure 6 hangers, extra hangers for all future stays. Mr. and Mrs. do not take cucumbers. Guests are paying, drum rolls, $4,550, $40 per night. Moving on.
Front office manager Bernd oversees a team of duty managers, receptionists, concierge, and the splendid Raffles doorman.
It's the TH at the end. It's German Bart. Bart. Don't pronounce the TH. Yes. Just to make sure that everybody knows the guest name before the door of the car opens. That's the essence of it. There they go. Here we go. Herr Bart?
Jawohl.
Herzlich willkommen, Bernd Kneier.
Hey, freut mich. Hallo.
Willkommen in Raffles, Singapore. Wie war die Anreise?
This family has arranged a VIP pickup from the airport.
We know when they're about 10 minutes away from the hotel, and we know pretty much exactly when they arrive here. So we can greet them in all style with a manager present, with a duty manager present, with a butler present to bring them directly to the suite. So it's a seamless process from the moment they step out of the airplane until they reach their room door. Alles klar, dann schönen Aufenthalt wünsche ich.
Danke.
I think there's only maybe a dozen hotels in the world who can do it like that. Der Regen ist bald vorbei, versprochen.
Okay.
Here there are no guests, only residents, attending to the whims and fancies of each one, a Raffles butler.
Butler serving. Miss Nathan, allow me. May I place in the minibar for you? Thank you. Nathan, Mr. Evans, thank you. Anytime now, just on the control panel, the service call button, just press on that and let us know if you need any assistance.
Do you have any, I got headache.
Yes.
Do you have any
Panadol?
pills? Yeah.
Yep. Do not have from our hotel, but would you like us, maybe we can buy off the rack for you?
Yes.
So just normal.
Yeah, normal, yeah. It's, we've been flying for like 13 hours, so it's got like small headache.
Understand.
The butler service has been one of the hallmarks of Raffles Hotel for 130 years.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll see you in a while.
I think we stay here.
It's a job that requires attention to detail
Let's go get Panadol.
and a really good pair of shoes.
Got the Panadol.
Raffles is as much a landmark as it is a hotel. Every day, hundreds of visitors arrive to have a peek inside.
Look who's here, my general.
The star attraction is the legendary lobby. In just a few short weeks, this soaring space will shut down for its first overhaul in nearly 30 years.
This is the original design whereby we have the skylight. And this building opened with a great fanfare, 18 November 1899. Yes, indeed.
Until then, the staff ensures that visitors can take a memory of Raffles home with them.
You like to have a nice picture together? Make yourself comfortable, very relaxed, no tense. Smile. It's nice to see her smiling.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thanks for inviting us inside.
Absolutely, no worries, it's fine.
Housekeeping.
2 floors up, in the Sarki's presidential suite, there is a VIP arrival the staff need to prepare for.
No, table lamp, we will leave it there. This one as well. We will shift it to the other side.
Tonight, the suite will be occupied by a royal family with 2 children, both of whom, appropriately, have requested queen-size beds.
Come, yo, come.
The tea all go back.
Overseeing preparations is Assistant Executive Housekeeper Kaeley.
So the new layout for this room would be vertically, there will be 2 queen-size beds. And then over here, right over here, there will be the extra bed.
Okay, not so high.
Down,
Mirror.
down.
Okay.
Down, down, down.
Okay, lower.
Okay. Ken, careful of the legs, huh?
To accommodate 2 extra beds, Kaeley's team will need to do more than just move furniture. They'll need to reconfigure the entire room.
If can, 2 queen and then the single bed here, then I no need to shift the table.
We fix first, then we move.
Okay. Yep. The rack rate is about at least 10,000 a night for a 2-bedroom presidential suite.
You can all become interior designer.
Awesome! That is called Raffles train.
Raffles has been serving high tea for nearly 100 years. Synonymous with the Raffles brand, here, tea is taken very seriously.
We are not compromise any grooming. Since you are still wearing the uniform, the pumping, you still represent Raffles Hotel, so your grooming had to be perfecto.
How many?
4 by 6.
Okay, out.
In the basement kitchen, Chef Ghazali and his staff have been prepping tea since 6 o'clock this morning. Today there are reservations for 120 people. As the high tea team readies themselves for their daily performance, Bernd is handling a historic Raffles hotel heist.
Roslee,
Yes, sir.
I told you about the egg cup. This lady is going to come by. She is the granddaughter of the gentleman who, let's say, removed it from Raffles in 1919, 1919.
Very nicely polished, huh?
I was wondering, what are these initials?
It's Raffles Hotel, Saki's Brothers emblem.
Saki's brother.
Yes, yes, SB.
So that means in 1919, they were still the proprietors of Raffles.
Correct, correct. They're still under them, yeah.
So this is 120 years old.
Exactly, more than, yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't even be touching it just like that. Huh?
Turn of century. We must like rub, maybe one genie come out. With Saki's brother with the big mustache, huh? Yeah. Yes, yeah.
Back in the Saki suite, Director of Housekeeping Fatma makes a final check of the room to ensure every last detail meets her rigorous standards.
First of all, there are main things that I look for. Each and every corners, each details is perfectly clean. And then I look for the setup. When you enter the room and when you look around, that you can see everything is matching. And then all the things are set up perfectly. I'm just doing some adjustment. Yeah, it's just the light is perfect, so it will not disturb my eyes when I read the book also, and not too far as well. What I understand until all those years, there is no perfect room. But whatever you are doing to make it close to perfect, actually.
In a matter of weeks, the second phase of Raffles' reconstruction will begin, and the hotel will need a new space in which to welcome its residents. Just a few paces away from the current lobby are the East India rooms. It's Bernd's job to transform a slightly drab function room into a temporary lobby befitting a five-star hotel.
This is going to be our new lobby. Over here we are going to have couches and armchairs, have our desk set up here, a concierge desk, a front desk or a reception desk, two of them actually. So the whole purpose is to take this function room that it used to be before and decorate it in a way that it does not even give that feeling of a temporary lobby, but it could actually be a real lobby. Can I come in? Is the door gonna have a closing mechanism?
No.
No. I'm confident.
While Bernd oversees the transformation of the hotel's newest public space, in the tiffin room, Raffles continues serenely, hosting tea to a full house, 3 o'clock, sharp. It's 6:30 a.m. at Raffles Hotel, and Madame Chouf is beginning her day with a brisk 4-kilometer walk.
What I'm looking forward for this walk is to see the sunrise.
Although duty manager Roslee has the day off, he has decided to join Madame Chouf.
The water is not moving, so it's like a big mirror. Yeah. Wow.
While Roslee is distracted by the view, Madame Chouf marches on.
Wow.
For once, service at Raffles is struggling to keep up. It's the end of July 2017, and in 2 weeks' time, 70% of Raffles will close for its historic restoration. This evening, the hotel will hold a final grand event, a charity gala to celebrate its 130th birthday. A table at tonight's party will cost tens of thousands of dollars.
It's the logo here, always pays to the guests.
With that price tag, the experience must be flawless.
How many bottles in all you have to test?
24 times 4. I'm very bad in mathematics. So I need to make sure everything is open up and nice for tonight.
Nice job you have.
I split.
Okay, be careful, huh? Slowly, slowly. The
You
side.
need to keep the table straight.
There will be a silent auction during the 5-course dinner this evening. And Raffles Hotel has donated some of its treasured prints, pictures and furnishings to the auction.
There are a total of 15 individual items up for auction. So all these items that are for auction, they actually have a long history with a very colorful background. Like the 10-seater dining table at the end of Raffles Grill, that was actually used by Queen Elizabeth during her royal visit to Singapore. If I could bid, I would actually like to have a set of the mirror. It has red lacquer by the side and it's very intricately designed.
Over in the East India rooms, Bernd is also curating Raffles' art collection.
Put it just right here. So this goes there. Very good.
Herr Bernd,
Herr Woltering,
wie geht's Ihnen heute?
willkommen in unserem neuen Zuhause.
Es riecht so wahnsinnig neu hier.
Ja.
The director of rooms and the hotel's interim general manager, Herr Woltering, are here to check on Bernd's progress.
And Bernd, make sure that door is always closed and ask engineering to have a look at the roof to sort of level it out. It looks messy here.
The temporary lobby will be the new face of Raffles until the hotel finally closes in December. So naturally, The GM wants it to be perfect, and attention to detail is key.
This is mutton that's... this is glancing.
I think they're just tasting the paint, so we just need to finish the rest of the dough.
I want big and historical, not this tralala.
2 maps, identical size. You must make sure that you respect the symmetry. Otherwise it looks totally ridiculous.
It's gonna be a long search finding the same size map.
Yeah,
yes, but that's possible.
As well as finding 2 equally sized maps, Bernd needs to coordinate with housekeeping to get the furniture into the new lobby.
2 desks, yeah? There.
3 desks.
2 desks.
We're starting with 3.
No. Don't cut the... Let's cut the crap because, no, there's no need. 33 suites.
If you have a guest checking in and one checking in out, you need to have that extra 10.
Come, let me explain you behind, outside the camera.
While Bernd goes in search of furniture, Roslee has a mission of his own. To finally solve the mystery of the great egg cup caper.
I'm just here with a box of peanuts. How you find it? It's nice?
Oh, it's delicious, yeah.
Delicious.
Lovely.
It's usually been in this garnish sack. Very interesting. Yeah. You like to try?
Wow. Oh, that's so lovely.
The old one, we put the original silverware. They have this crest of SB, the Saki's brother.
It makes me feel a bit emotional, actually. It's so strange because he had his stag do here and he got married in St Andrew's Cathedral.
Which is just there.
Yeah, so we went
it's
there
like a stone's throw away.
Yeah.
In 1919, Mrs. Brown's grandfather, after a fair amount of gin at a stag party, liberated a silver egg cup from this very bar.
Well, I'm sorry he borrowed it, but I'm also pleased that it was returned to its rightful home. I was just keen to come and sort of pay my respects to my lovely grandfather, who I didn't meet, but was clearly a very good man. So it's really lovely to step back in those shoes. And I can totally imagine this. It's nearly 100 years ago now.
In a little less than an hour, the first gala guests will arrive. The tables are set, glass is polished, and the old lobby is almost ready for one last glitzy celebration.
Before they fire the snail, we need to make sure we tap up one more time. The snail cannot arrive on the table if we don't have enough wine in the glasses. It's very important. The guest cannot have his dish and no wine in his glass. It's forbidden.
As the sun sets, some of Singapore's most glamorous citizens are arriving.
Pleasant evening.
Behind the scenes, focus has shifted to final preparation of the first course.
What is the sample?
Okay. Under the razor-sharp gaze of executive chef Pierre. The 5-course menu has been planned for months, and Chef Pierre inspects every plate for the smallest of imperfections.
Why you guys don't do like the sample? We do a sample for what?
For Chef, the first course, the first impression, is the most important.
Holidays is finished, huh?
Tonight, we celebrate heritage. We celebrate legacy. But most importantly, I think tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we celebrate community.
The kitchen staff tasked with plating the appetizers are hard at work. Perfection takes time, but time is running out.
Jim, go first.
The waitstaff have just 10 minutes to serve the first course to 140 guests. With a discreet nod, each plate is placed in front of each guest at exactly the same time. With the first table served, the staff need to keep up the pace. There should be little or no delay between service to every guest. Luckily, the next plates are not far behind.
Ready to come back faster, faster.
The main course, beef Wellington with black truffle and red wine reduction, is being plated.
No, oui, celui-là bit by bit, behind
It's a dish that needs to be served immediately. Another challenge for the wait staff. Chef's tricky beef Wellington arrives on time, piping hot and picture perfect. And once dessert and coffee have been served and the evening's silent auction has started,
$20,000 for the Raffles experience.
Chef can finally relax.
Service was outstanding. I'm in a good mood.
All the items put up for auction found new owners, save one, the Queen Elizabeth table. It will remain awaiting Her Majesty's next visit. The evening raised over 400,000 Singapore dollars for charity. A fitting finale to this chapter of the Raffles story.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so much.
Moving day.
Big day.
In a little over 10 hours, the Raffles lobby and 70 of its 103 suites will shut down for the first time in close to 30 years.
We remove the red carpet today. We make everything look out there like this is not a hotel anymore.
Bernd is stealthily moving furniture from one of the grand suites
Should we start with the heavy one?
into the temporary lobby.
Jan, I have guests staying there next door. Okay. Okay. No guest sees us moving those things around. Still a normal hotel.
With just a few hours to go, the staff hustles to add finishing touches, converting this space into the lobby of a five-star hotel. Meanwhile, the old lobby will today see its final guests depart.
We have a 47 checkout today. May I have your room number, please, sir?
215.
215.
So this is the last day you're taking?
Yes, it is. You are the last guest in 215.
Is that right? Oh.
Yes. You are a part of the history now.
Are we going to see you back next year, right away when the hotel opens?
For some, the long-term residents are more than just guests.
Thank you.
There are going to be a lot of these bittersweet goodbyes today.
She is just the most kind person I ever met in the world. So how long has she been coming here?
Almost 20 over years.
And she always stays in the same room?
Same.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
A Raffles doorman for 26 years. For Narajan, this day is going to be particularly hard.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're making me emotional.
And that's my last cappuccino in the lobby.
Mr. Aldred, you are our last checkout today.
Oh. Bye-bye. Cat, look after everything. Bye-bye.
Well, it has to change. I accept it has to change to keep up with the times, else it would just become out of date. But I hope that the character is going to be maintained and it's not just going to turn into like thousands of other modern hotels around the world.
This is a little bit special to you?
It's different. There's nowhere else quite like it.
With the final pieces of furniture in place and a quick polish, the East India rooms are ready for their new role.
The result, I think, is just better than what I expected.
In the main lobby, Raffles' history is being recorded as always, and its last poignant moments are reserved for the staff.
And so, as the main building closes, it is also a wonderful opportunity to enjoy a last look at our beloved icon and take a trip down to memory lane with all our fellow colleagues here in the room. Cheers.
The residents have checked out. The staff have said their final goodbyes. The lobby is still. The very next day ushers in dramatic change. The housekeeping staff are tasked with cataloguing and emptying the main building.
There is a lot of antiques that is going into different places. Pink color sticker, this is to be retained. That means the hotel is keeping these items.
Before the restoration can check in, the hotel must check out every single removable item. Comfy chairs, king-size beds, ornate mirrors, and of course, chandeliers. Thousands of individual items that will not be returning.
We only have 2 weeks to hand over this block and the main building. Time is very tight because items are heavy and they are delicate.
Okay,
Careful the ceiling. Down, 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 down.
As the lobby fills up, Kaeley keeps careful track of the total value of these antiques.
We are talking about 886,000. It's those that I already got the value. Yeah, if everything has value, probably $1 million. Yeah, I'm a millionaire. Now we take this carpet that costs 120,000 will go into different room. Okay.
But something's not quite right.
This one is the
Fine Persian carpets, like paintings, are all individually signed by the weaver. The signature on the lobby carpet doesn't match what's on the inventory. A carpet valued at 120,000 Singapore dollars seems to have gone missing.
Find that piece for me.
Oh, this signature.
The lobby carpet is not the $120,000 carpet. So now we are trying to find the carpet with that signature.
Finding a particular Persian carpet at Raffles is like looking for a needle in a haystack.
We can't afford to lose that 6-digit carpet.
This is the corporate sign.
The needle has been found.
This is the one.
And a relieved Kaeley can breathe again. Tonight, there is someone very special checking out.
It's very cold there.
I should dress up nicely.
For 57 visits, Raffles has been more than a hotel for Madame Chouf.
This one you want me to carry it down?
You can, if you want, you can carry it down.
Okay, can. I'll shut the door, ma'am.
Okay.
The staff have become like family, and Raffles a home away from home.
Are ready to go home?
Yeah, have to. Time is over.
Thank you so much.
Okay. See you again next year.
Okay, and wow, very nice. And smile. One more time. Wow, nice.
Thank you. The step to leave now is a bit hard because I don't know whom I will see when I'm coming back.
Nah, bang.
Okay.
Yeah, abang.
For Roslee, these are precious moments. He'll accompany Madame Chouf all the way to the airport. Madame Chouf is not just a long-time resident, but a dear friend.
She's almost like a mother figure. I miss my mother so much. She left us last December.
Right.
We're the same.
See you back in February.
Yeah. She also visited mommy's grave with me before.
Okay. Bye.
Enjoy. Cheers.
She met your mother?
She met. Yeah.
For 2 months, the restoration of Raffles has been gathering speed. Large parts of this Singapore landmark have become more construction site than hotel. But the 33 rooms that remain open continue to keep the staff on their toes.
Good afternoon in room dining. This is Marvin. How may I assist you?
Arrivals are prepared for.
Welcome to Raffles.
Are we able to be out in 5 minutes? Stress makes me laugh. Sorry.
And cherished guests attended to.
Really? Another one?
It is now December, and the season for a long-held tradition, the putting up of the Raffles Christmas tree.
Okay, Titan.
This year, things are a little more humble.
Yeah, probably this was last year. That was how big it was.
How many feet is that?
19 to 20. That was our last big lobby tree. 19 to 20 feet.
This tree may only be 6 feet tall, but it still attracts a crowd.
It's too small.
Well, it looks good, I would say, for the efforts that my guys have put in. But I still miss the big lobby tree. 1, 2, smile.
While a tradition is being upheld in the temporary lobby, in the old one, they're about to break new ground. Making way for a completely new design of this grand space.
Too loud.
Very loud.
It's going to be very dusty. Yeah. That's the next thing.
Amid the destruction, guests with the highest standards continue to arrive.
So it's development.
Well, we are, in fact, has embarked with the second restoration.
So give me a room far away from all the...
Of course.
While Roslee directs the new guest to his room, 70 other suites are being stripped back to their bare bones. In the remaining guest wing, there appears to be a problem with the hotel's newest resident.
Because I'm a developer and I hate to be a development building.
Oh my God, I understand that, yeah.
And this is, they have no fuel. You know, I fly now 20 hours to come here and it's a dark room. I don't want that.
I think we also mentioned in our correspondence with your PA saying that the hotel is actually undergoing the restoration. We are operating
so I
only...
can fire her if you want. I can call her now to my secretary. I can fire her immediately.
Because I'm not
you
sure.
know that I hate that.
Second major restoration after 25 years ago. Yeah. So he's not pleased with the accommodation.
How many nights is he staying?
2 nights. And he says he keeps stressing that he flies 20 over hours. He says there's lack of facilities, and then in such state now, it's not even called a 5-star hotel. We should close.
Herr Efremidis. Schönen guten Abend. Bernd Knall, ich bin der Empfangschef hier.
Schön, dass Sie da sind.
Darf ich mich gut zu Ihnen setzen?
Sehr gerne, bitte. Ich bin hier extra zu Ihnen gekommen, weil das beste Hotel ist in der Stadt. Das ist aber zurzeit nicht das Beste, das Schlechteste. Und dann komme ich hier raus, das ist ja wie Disneyland. Ich meine, die sitzen da alle, machen ihre Selfies hier. Wo sind wir hier?
Ja. Ich kann Sie unter keinen Umständen dazu überreden, hier bei uns zu bleiben. Ich bin kurz im Büro.
Sehr gefreut.
Sehr gerne, auf jeden Fall. Ich mache kurz ein paar Anrufe.
Sehr gerne.
So front office manager Bernd performs some managerial magic.
Hi Faye, this is Bernd from Raffles Hotel Singapore. I'm the front office manager here. Is Norman around today?
And presto, a room is found at another hotel.
Fantastic. I appreciate it, Faye. Thank you very much. They're unhappy about the fact that the hotel is under restorations, and they weren't aware of it because the information somewhere slipped through the cracks. Then we have to be understanding and express empathy and make sure that they are not leaving with a bad feeling.
Bernd has saved the day. He's found the disgruntled guest another hotel and has even arranged for a taxi to get there.
The $5,000 just walked out of the door. That's okay.
All demolished, including this structure also.
As large parts of the hotel are stripped away, Raffles reveals some ancient secrets. It's up to project director Luke Conrick and the project team to fit together some often 130-year-old puzzles.
This is, yeah, not good, is it? The waterproofing hasn't worked here. That's the joist here, right? Well, it's all wet, right? We don't know how long it's been here for.
We suspect this is the 90s.
While the timbers around what was once a shower stall will need to be replaced, not a single nail can be removed without the approval of Singapore's National Heritage Board.
Enjoy.
It's rotten, as you can see.
Lauren is the board's designated on-site consultant. It's her job to ensure that Raffles history is properly preserved.
It's a really exciting time for us because now you're starting to see the layers of history being revealed in a way. Certain things you may hadn't expected, but that's part and parcel of a conservation project. When you look up here, you can see the original cornice details. It's something that not a lot of people have gotten to see.
No doubt Raffles will reveal a few more secrets before its restoration is complete. Today, there will be no arrivals, only departures.
Only arrival today.
Well, 0.
0. And departure?
There will be a couple more to go.
So all departures needs to be met, and we'll take picture with them.
Yes.
Isn't it nice?
So it's a busy day. We still have to make sure that the 12 departures that we have still feel like guests and they still have the feeling that we're operating a hotel.
For you.
Thank you so much.
You have a good time on that.
Yes, and have a lovely Christmas.
Have a lovely Christmas.
Yourself as well.
When we checked out,
Yes.
I said to the chap, we'll give you the key to the room when the porter's been. He says, no need, it's extinct now, you can keep it.
Did you?
So
Yes,
we said, oh, thank you very much.
It's
And then-
memorabilia.
With most of the guests checked out, the staff have given themselves permission to misbehave. Just a little.
You can see it. Season's greeting, welcome back home to Raffles. Every time. And that's different.
Herr Reif will be the very last person to check out. He stayed at the hotel 20 times.
Wir haben uns hier versammelt zu Ihren und Herr Zimmers Ehren als die letzten Gäste.
Herr Reif has been a very loyal and valuable guest. So he is presented with a golden key to mark his departure.
Thanks to all, because you are great people, you are nice people, and I hope I see a lot of you next year.
One last limo. One last farewell. The final guest has left. And Raffles, for the moment, is closed. For now, this Singapore icon lays empty, its rooms and halls echoing with the sound of construction. But in just a few short months, this famous hotel will reopen in style. Raffles style.